Okay, at the age of 20 years, when I was at the university, is when I started having funny behaviors. I stand up during the lectures. I start walking around the lecture room. Now people are amused. First, people thought this is a person who takes drugs. But even myself, I didn't know what was going on. Eh? So I just had first to wonder what was the problem. And then there's a time I fell down. So the conclusion was I had epilepsy. So the first thing I did, I was really annoyed with myself. I went home and called my mother very quickly. I told her, you sit down there. Why did you give birth to me? You know, my mother really got amused and wondered, what's the problem? I just told her, you made a very bad mistake bringing me into this world. Then I told her, I have epilepsy. Now, who will accept me in this world? Where will I get a wife? Where will I get a job? So my mother really became annoyed and she wondered. In fact, she started crying, but that was the situation. You know, the way epilepsy is taken in our Kenyan culture, it's a word which is rarely talked about. Some were saying I go to these witchcraft people, but I just said first wait. And then there's a day I was reading the newspaper, then I saw this a caption of Kawe. So I decided just to follow to go to the clinic. Then I went to the clinic. First I was cancelled and told how somebody can live with epilepsy and have a normal life. But the first thing I was told by the doctor, when you're a patient, there's one thing you can just do to capture epilepsy. Not even the drugs. You yourself, you have to accept you have it. And know that you will just have a normal life and like others. And this helped me a lot. And I accepted my life without fear. So I attended clinic regularly. And even later on, I was able to finish my studies at the university. Because it caught me when I was at the second year, but I continued and finished my university, and I was able to get my degree. My doctor at that time was Dr. Romy. And she really helped me a lot, actually. Because at the time I went to look for jobs later after finishing my university, there are 3 interviews I passed. I remember that place I went, first place. Now the manager of the place was showing me around where I'll be working. Then I had a fit when I was being shown around. So that person told me, I'm sorry, you're not starting tomorrow. I'll send you a letter. So I just left the place, but I wasn't that annoyed like before. I just knew I've been sacked before starting the job. Another place I went, it was the same. Now I just wondered what will happen to this world of But then Romy really helped me, and I was able to get a job in a husband's place. And that's where I worked up to now. I really thank God for them because they really changed my life. Because I knew that first line of saying, where will I get a job? I'd already captured that one. So I said, let me continue with life. I see how life will be. Then later on, the next step was, this was my degree, whatever. And this is where I work. It's a tourism company. At this place, we were just at Masai Mara with my workmates. And they are very good workmates. Since they know I have epilepsy, I have all the confidence there. Even the management, they know. So it's not a place where I'll be worried I'll get a fit or anything. I just know these are part of my family members. Then later on, there's this lady I had we had a very good relationship. Now, I wanted to know how she'll take that reaction. Before I married her, I have to tell her I have epilepsy. So that day I told her today, our relationship might end. First she nearly hit me because she thought I had another lady in the line. But I told her, it's not that, I have epilepsy. She just said, thanks God, it's only that one. She just hugged me and told me we'll continue with life. I just said, thanks God. I've captured another step. And now we're in our 20th year of marriage. And this is my family members. I have a daughter who is in Form 2 now, and that's my wonderful lady. Actually, she's really taken care of me. Even whenever I get a fit in the house, because I normally just get these partial ones. She's not even worried at all. She just told me, you just heard those small things of yours, but don't worry. You just record it down, you'll tell the doctor. She's a very wonderful person. Even, we just decided that this issue of me knowing that I have epilepsy and her knowing, we'll just tell a few family members, but not everybody, because not everybody needs to know about this one. And when I knew she really accepted even epilepsy, there are these t-shirts we normally get after going to walk. You know, they're written epilepsy captions on top. Epilepsy can be treated. There are some after the walk, I went with them to the house. I was to wear them during weekends. But my wife and lady and daughter, they took them. And they're the ones who normally wear them. So I just said, I have wonderful people here. Because they've just accepted epilepsy in my life. And I said, thanks God. So nowadays, we are continuing with our life very well. Even I've been able to make my own house with her. And I say thanks God to her because she really helped me for us to get a loan and get our own land and buy our own house. So actually where I've reached, it's a very good step I've reached. And that's what I'm trying to tell my fellow people here. If you have epilepsy, the first thing is just to accept you have it and know that you'll live a normal life. And life will just be okay. Because, you know, before, I used to be very worried. Like now, if I'm called here in front, I start fearing when I'm just at my seat, I'm going to get a fit. And when I'm coming, I'll just fall down there. But nowadays, I'm strong enough. Even church, I never used to attend. I normally attend churches nowadays. And one thing I can just say, Kawe has really lifted me up. This is a place I can say, God bless them. They are wonderful people. So, I think that's my session.